Hey, everybody. I am live. I told y'all 7 o'clock I'm coming on. I have this other camera that's supposed to be working. I don't know what's going on with it. But oh well, we're going to move right along. Let me close this down. I was trying to do two at one time. See, now the screen is frozen. But anywho, we're not going to worry about that. But I just want to say hi, everybody. How everybody's doing this evening. My co-host is coming. She's on her way. She had an emergency, a family emergency. So, we totally understand. Sis, take your time, do what you have to do. But look, y'all, I got my t-shirt made yesterday. I'm like serious about this thing. Randomly speaking, all those who want a t-shirt made, you can just let me know. We can all get a shirt made. It doesn't matter to me. But I just wanted to say that. So, yes, my co-host is running a little late. I can't wait until she comes. We got some good things going on. So this first episode is about let us introduce ourselves. So let me introduce myself. My name is Kat. Of course, everybody call me Kat, but my name is Catherine. I don't do that name. That name is on my check, and the people who pay me and different things like that. And, my bishop uses my name very well, Catherine McCahan Page. She pronounced every letter in my name, and that's okay. But anywho, I just want to say it is so good to be on live. It is so good to be starting a new show. Now, and I came up with Randomly Speaking because I'm always talking about stuff randomly, and I just want to share something with you all. For all of you out there, growing up, I had ADD. And I think I have H there too, because I'm always been hype. I always been, always when everybody else was down, I'm always the one, the life of the party, walk into a room, always on 10, always want to know what's going on. And when I'm not like that, a lot of people are like, what's the matter with you? And they think I got an attitude because I'm not acting a fool. But I'm like, really for real though, I'm just want to chill. So that's enough. That is about me. So I have a wife, a beautiful wife. Those who know me on Facebook, who are my friends, I know my wife is Tracy. We've been married for about 6 years. Come November this year, October the 25th of this year, she's gonna kill me. Come October, we'll be married 6 years. We've been together for 11. So we are in this, y'all. There's no turning back and all that stuff like that. So we are in this for real though. But I love it. I love her. I see you watching. Hey, babe. Oh, my sister's on. Hey, sis. Hey, everybody out there. I don't want to start calling names. You forget people, they get in their feelings. So the moment I hang up this show, everybody going to be like hitting me up, talking about, oh, I was on, you didn't say my name, but we're not going to call names. Don't want to do that. But yes, I have a beautiful wife and I have 4 kids. She has 6. So altogether we have 10 beautiful kids, 8 girls, 2 boys, of course. And then our grandchildren, which is 13 and a half, all of them are girls except for 3 grandsons. And we have a granddaughter on the way. So that is my family makeup. And I love it. I love them. All our children are older. They are out except for the twins. They're 17. They're still home with us. And we have a good time. Our holidays are a lot. Y'all know these big families. Come on now. I don't want to be the only one by myself sitting here. We have these big families. Everybody don't get along. And that's okay because at the end of the day, we family. So that's what it is. And during holidays is my best time of the year. My wife as well. And I wanted to share this story with y'all because my wife, we do this on holidays. How many of you all out there have these holidays where you tell your kids, drop off the babies and you guys can go find yourself a hotel or go stay somewhere else? Because we know they want to do their thing and we also want to give them a break. We also want to spend time with our grandkids. But so we just want them to go do them. And we ain't got to do all that. We can greet each other. We can hang out. We can chill. But we always tell them, listen, drop off our grandbabies. We just want to spend time with our grandbabies, have a good time. We did them already. All these many years. So we want them to get their time. But we love it. We love it. We love it. I love seeing them. And, we love seeing them go, too. That's a good thing because everybody can go home to their various areas of where they got to go. But then they all get back together again and we do this all over again. But that's me. We have a big family and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Every family have their ups and downs. And I just want to share that with you all. Everyone has it up and down. There is no perfect family. There's no perfect people out there. And we all have our faults. And this show, Randomly Speaking, is not about any judgment. I don't want people calling in judging people that will come on the show. We're going to have panels, y'all. We're going to do all that. We're going to introduce some folks that's going to come in our segment of our shows with topics, shows down the road. And we're also going to have people calling in and asking questions, even sharing stories, because sharing give us power. You know, I grew up in a time where, you know, our adult people tell us what goes on in our house, stay in our house. Sometimes we have to share those stories to empower each other and also get up and walk out of the damage that these things have done to us. And sometimes that means talking about it. If we don't talk about it, how are we going to actually deal with it? A lot of us push things under the rug and say, it'll go away, it'll go away. It won't go away. It won't go away. It'll just get bigger. What happens if you keep pushing stuff on the rug? That lump so get big, you wind up tripping over it, hurting yourself, and you be like, wow, I should have dealt with that a long time ago. I should have took that trash out. And that's what it is all about, dumping that trash at the end of the day. Some of us are carrying around baggage and luggage that doesn't belong to us, belongs to other people. We got to let those folks hold that. We can't be taking on all the problems and the troubles of the world, because then we get burnt out. We have that big burnt out, you know, and then we're no good to ourselves. We're no good to our mental state. We're no good to anyone. And you can't be in a relationship by yourself. So I tell people all the time, you got to just throw away some of those things. You got to clean up. And it means your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. You have to clean up. And your body, you have to clean up. Because if you don't take care of you, who will? And I tell everybody that. I tell my kids that. I tell people that I counsel that. I tell anyone that I come in contact with, if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of you? You know, like this coronavirus thing is going out today. It's around. It's around people. We can't ignore it. But guess what? Let's not all get paranoid, because our parents taught us how to wash our hands a long time ago. Long time ago. When you come inside, wash your hands before you eat. Don't sit at my kitchen table with them dirty clothes on. Go take a bath. Go do this and that. We were taught that as kids growing up. It's the same thing. Do that. Come in the house, take off your clothes, come in the house. Throw them in the wash machine. You know, wash your hands. Stay back a little bit from those personal space. We learned about personal space growing up. You know, you don't want people too much in your personal space. Well, folks, this is what we got to do today. We got to put ourselves in our personal space. We can't let everybody in right now until we figure out what this thing is all about, and then we can move on. Don't panic. Don't get yourself all worried and in an uproar. Just follow the precautions. If you're not sure, go on to CDC. See, I'm randomly speaking. I went from talking about my family, talking about this and that. That's me. This is that. Who else randomly speaking like that? If you do that, then this is the show for you. We talk about all kind of stuff on this show, and I'm going to make it about that. But, you know, getting back to this coronavirus, just wash your hands. Take care of you. You know, that's what it's all about. We learned that coming up. So don't allow yourself to cause this pandemonium. The city's about to shut down. Get you some water in your house. Do what you got to do, though. You guys follow precautions. Do what you have to do. But I just say to you, just be careful. You know, be careful. But for all of us who trust and believe in God, you know the deal. I'm not going to preach. I don't want my show to be about preaching and all that stuff like that, because, you know, I do that all on another later note. And I am a minister, thank God. That just means I know some stuff, you know, about the Bible and, you know, stuff like that. I don't let titles carry me and let people, you know, it's just not me, you know. I just thank God for the gifts that God has given me, and I just use it and I just move on. You know, that's how that is. So I just want to say, hey, everybody. Hi, Randomly Speaking. I'm so glad you had joined me. Get on, get on, get on. I want y'all to share, because I want this thing to be hot and popping. You know, it's a Friday. Everybody coming home from work. Some people just got paid. You know, get yourself whatever that makes you feel happy, put you in your happy space. Pop on that live. Find me and get on. And that's how we're doing this on Fridays. Now, my days may change because I may be, you know, doing some other things. You know, I believe that God has other things for me that's going to take off in other areas. So, but right now it's Friday and I am excited about it. So I just want to say, hey, my brother got on. Hey, brother, I love you. I love you, Mandy. I love you so much. So I just want y'all to just pop on and just do what you do, just do what you do. So like I said, my co-host is running a little late for all of y'all. Just popped on. She should be here soon. She had a family emergency, but she's coming. And I just want to say, y'all just, know a word of prayer. Just say a prayer for all of us in this together. But anywho, I know some of y'all probably watched my video earlier this morning, but I just want to share something with you. I took my grandbaby to the dentist, and she was having a little tooth pain, toothache, and I was really annoyed to the fact that they do not have pediatrics or toddlers instruments. Now, they put my baby in this chair. They reclined it. She loved the ride, which was cool. But she was a little nervous. How many of y'all nervous when y'all go to the dentist? Me. I just want to be like, just give me a shot or something to put me out until y'all finish doing what y'all doing. Even if you're cleaning my teeth, just do something. Because when I see the needle, when I see those things, I get paranoid. But I got tattoos, y'all. What is up with that? We go get all these tattoos, but we are scared of a needle. So that's me. That's me. But yeah, so I took her to the dentist, and she sat in this chair, and they do all the, put the little bib on her thingy and all that stuff like that. And then they put this weight on her. And now, come on, y'all. Y'all know something is weighing down on y'all. They use the same thing that they use on us. We already know that it's a little bit heavy. Y'all know that, right? It's heavy. So they put this on the 3-year-old. You got it? Weigh almost like 30 pounds. So they put this on my baby. So she's sitting there like this. And I'm like, you okay? So she's like, I said, okay. So the next thing they did, they wanted to open her mouth. They wanted to take some x-rays. I'm okay with that because I want her to get better. I want them to find out what's going on. The same camera and that little, y'all remember those square pieces that they put in your mouth? They tell you bite down and they take pictures. Those things hurt. I know because it used to cut up the inside of my mouth where my meat is, and sometimes the roof of your mouth when they're trying to get the x-rays. So they trying to put this in her mouth. The poor baby is gagging, y'all. They tried several times. Then my wife is just looking at each other, and she probably looking at me saying like, okay, when you going to say when is enough? And I'm looking at her like, okay, trying to be patient, trying to be good. Because see, my wife always tell me I'm always, losing patience and going off and stuff. But I believe when things don't make sense, I mean, like really, it's not working. The baby is saying, ow, 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 it hurt. And you guys say, open up, open up. So I'm sitting here bribing her with bubbles, and we bribing her with different things to get her to, cooperate. But still in the interim of it all, it didn't get done. And I just asked the nurse, I said, listen, I said, do y'all have any pediatric or small things that y'all can put in this baby's mouth? Because those things are big. Y'all use that on us. And she said, yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, they should, do something about it. But no one did. So whoever thought about this, and I'm just putting it out there, whoever sat down and said that children of the age of 1 need to start seeing the dentist, which I have no problem with, because when I was coming up, when I was bringing my kids up, they didn't allow us to go to the dentist until when? Till they was almost going to kindergarten or pre-K, or if they had something going on with their mouth or their teeth, we send our kids to the dentist. But they want to start early as 1, because I know there's a lot going on with our babies today being born with different kind of, gum disease and different things that's going on. People have their lives, things happen, it happens. So they they stated this is what they want to happen, but then nobody brought the material that they needed to do what they needed to do for these babies and these pediatric babies and these little kids. So they need to change that. And we need to try to get them to do so. So that's me, randomly speaking. Yep, that's me. I'm going to say what I need to say, and I'm going to do it respectfully and lovingly and get my point across. And hopefully somebody will pick up and say, we need to do something for the baby. So that's just me. That's just that. So that's how I feel about that. If anyone else out there feel like that, feel like the way I feel, then we can try our best to do something. Do a petition or something. Y'all got any ideas? Let's get it rolling. So I'm all game for whatever. So anywho, so all those who tune in just now, again, my co-host is running a little late. She had an emergency. She should be coming shortly, and she's going to introduce herself. So I'm just randomly speaking. So until she get here, and then we have a little, question things that we ask each other and get to know one another, and hopefully get to know yous out there. Y'all can also inbox me. And hey, if y'all have any topics for the show, anything that you all would like to talk about, inbox me, message me. I'm also going to have a number next week so you guys can call and give me your suggestions, anything. I'm all game for it. Like I said, it's randomly speaking. I don't have no specifics. I just like to talk. And I want you guys' opinion about different things. And I want you guys' comments. And we're going to have some deep discussions. We're going to talk about LGBTQA in the community. We're definitely going to focus on our children who are LGBT and how they first knew. And how did they first came out to their parents. And the reason why I want to talk about those topics is because a lot of our children are committing suicide because they don't know how to talk about it. And I know coming up, I didn't know how to talk about it. Being raised in a house with a mama who's a reverend and all your aunties and uncles and them who are people of the church, I didn't know how to talk about it. So I went through a hard time in that era of my time trying to come up and try to be my own authentic self, but telling other people telling me what I need to be and who I should be. And that affected me really badly on my growth of growing up. And I always had to be in hiding. I always had to live a double life. But that is going to be on another segment. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. We're going to be talking about bullying, how a lot of kids are being bullied from what they're wearing and what they're doing. You know, I had a little kid in my class who wore tutus. And he enjoyed it, you know. And we just have to let our kids not to see, you know, differences. You know, allow them to play together. I watched this episode, this segment on Ellen, where this little African-American boy and this, I think he was a white American child, they want to be twins. They call themselves brothers. They don't see color. They don't see difference. They just know that he's my friend, I'm his friend, he loves me, I love him, and that's all they see. Can you imagine if the world was like that? Wow, that would be something. That would be really, really something. And I remember way back when it was like that, but in school sometime. But today is different. You know, today is different. But we have to try to go back, and you know, it's crazy because I always believe that hate is taught. You know, kids are not born with it and born to hate. I just believe that it's taught. You know, is what we put in our kids, what our kids see, and other people do. So that's me. I'm just randomly speaking. That's how I feel. But anyway, how many of you all went into the stores today and or this week I've been shopping and all the toilet paper are gone? It's gone. Yeah, that sounds about right. All the water is gone. Yeah, that sounds right. Babe, I'm gonna bring home the water. You know, she's always have to tell me. She'll have to send me texts. Yeah, I'm randomly speaking again. So check this out. My wife always have to send me texts. Always have to randomly send me different grocery store lists. How many of y'all spouses out there do that? Have to send y'all lists and stuff like that? I get a list. Because she's a domestic person. I'm the one that goes fix everything and do all this other stuff and go to the store. I'm the gopher. I call myself the gopher. But the twins are coming up. They're driving. They're getting their license. They got their permit and everything. And they are the go-fets. So they're going to go fets and I'm going to gopher. And we're going to live happily ever after because that's what it is. You know, you have to know your place, know your lane. You know, and I know my lane. I know where I belong. I know who I am. So I don't go out here trying to be everything else and everybody else. I stay in my lane. That's just me. I know who I am. You ever had those friends that want to be all over the place? And every time you tell a story, they want to try to match your story or tell a better story than what you're telling? Why you doing all that? You know, I don't have no cut cards. I'm who I am. So you got to like me and love me. You know, and I do the same, and that's how we do. But yeah, my wife sent me lists. That's what I do. You know, she need a TV on the wall, stuff like that. I can do that. You know, for all of y'all out there who need a TV on the wall, I can do that. I can hook up fire sticks and, you know, all those little things around the house. That's me, y'all. But the kitchen stuff, she does. You know, and she'd be like, do you live here? I'm like, yes, I live here. So how come you don't know where this at and that at? Because you're domestic. I'm not. So I know my lane. I know where I belong and I stay there. And I'm okay with that. You know, so a lot of people got to be okay with who they are. A lot of people got to be okay with what they're doing. And sometimes we are not okay or comfortable where we are. We have to find our place. And it's okay to find your place. You know, it is okay to explore things to find your place. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you're doing it in a safe way. You know, I ain't telling y'all go out there and act like you Superman and all that stuff like that. So, you know, just know your lane, know where you are. And I'm happy, you know, where I am in my life. So I thank God. You know, all our lives go through steps. You know, I tell my clients all the time, you can't possibly take 2 or 4 steps at one time. If you try, you're going to trip and fall. Am I right, y'all? Did y'all want to stand up at home where y'all are and try to take more than 1 step at a time? Because it's impossible to do. You have to take 1 step at a time in order to get where you're going, whatever direction you're going in. If you decide you want to go left, go ahead and go left. If you want to go turn right, go ahead and turn right. But it's impossible for you to take 3 and 4 steps at one time. So everything is a process, 1 step at a time. But I always tell my kids, if you go 1 step at a time, make sure you try to go forward. You know, because sometimes we go backwards, we knock ourselves way back. But you know what? It's okay. Because maybe if we go back there, maybe God has something for us to learn. So we go back to learn that lesson. And then we go ahead and take our steps. But you only can do it 1 step at a time. I dare you to try to take 4 steps at a time. Guys, I got some good news. For y'all. My co-host is here, y'all, and it's gonna be a nice, beautiful show. Yes, I'm gonna give her some time to get herself together. My co-host is here. I am so excited. This has been real so far. How many of y'all are enjoying me? Before she comes, how many of y'all enjoying me? Come on, send me some love. I don't see no hearts. I don't see no hand clapping. I mean, dang. Suck your teeth, roll your eyes, do something. Show me some love out there. Thank you. Yes, bring it up. Yes, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Come on, I want to see those hearts. I want to see those yays. I'm excited. I always say that, on a serious tip, real quick, I always say that we have to remember to congratulate each other. A lot of times we get so focused on being jealous of what somebody else have, but that wasn't for you. Because if you focus on being jealous what somebody else have, you're going to miss what you're supposed to have. So let me just share that with you. When you have a friend or a lover or a girlfriend or a coworker or somebody that say they got a new car or they advanced here or they did this or they did that, please congratulate them. Especially our sisters on our sisters. We are the worst critics. We always try to put one another down. You know, send that love. We always try to put one another down. Why do we do that? That's going to be one of my segments. Why do we put each other down? That is so crazy. We should be congratulating each other, saying, what can I do to help you? What can I do to help you? What do you need this done? Even if it means going to the store. You all, hey, let me get that for you. Let me go get this for you. What time your show is going to be on? I'll go get the chips. I'll go get the dip. Better yet, let me fry some chicken in the fryer. And I'm talking about the air fryer, y'all. I'm not telling y'all go out here and get your arteries clogged up eating fried chicken. I know a lot of us love fried chicken, but anywho. But we need to congratulate each other. So I just wanted to say that. So let's give each other some love. Let's give each other some praise. Even when somebody do something that we consider maybe small. Congratulate them. Throw balloons. Have parties. Because that's what counts. Because you don't know what you just did for somebody when you tell them, you look good today. Those shoes look good, sister. You rocking that haircut with that shirt. Whatever it is, congratulate somebody. Okay, my co-host is here. I want to introduce my co-host, Ileana. Yes, what's up? I'm okay.
Hey, everybody. So sorry I'm running late.
Give some love to my boo.
But I like fried chicken regular fried. Hence, I worked hard for this body, baby. But I like regular fried chicken.
About. Okay, so how's the baby? The baby's good.
Doing good.
Okay, good. I just needed to ask that. You see what I'm talking about? Sisters asking about sisters. You know something going on? Ask. Because you may just be...
you may be the only one that asked that day.
Absolutely.
It's so many times you see these strong sisters going through their day and you look at them, it's like they got it all together.
Yeah.
But when they get home, man, they're holding the world on their shoulders.
Absolutely.
And not one person said, how was your day? Can I help you out?
Absolutely.
Can I do something for you? Sometimes just giving a sister a smile and saying, hey, beautiful.
Yes.
That helps us through our day. And I mean, all of us need it sometimes.
Yeah.
All of us. I don't care how fly she may seem or how much she may have it together.
That's right.
She needs another sister to validate her,
Absolutely.
to affirm her and lift her up.
Absolutely.
Really important.
Absolutely.
Really important.
I love that. I love how you just come in and jump in. You see how we got that chemistry? You know when God give you people to work with, God give you that fire and that chemistry. Well, this is us.
Yeah, this is
us.
This is normal.
Us. Randomly speaking, always talking about something. Yeah. And you know what? It makes a lot of sense to us. We be like having that aha moment. We be like
always. Yeah, that light bulb, man, it's serious.
Yes, it's
serious.
It is. So I introduced myself. I talked about my kids when you was gone.
Okay,
I just did a lot of random stuff, right? I told you guys I was a gopher and all that good stuff like that. So I'm going to let my sister here share a little bit about herself with you all, and then we're going to get into our question actions for each other.
All right. So a little bit about me. I have been successful in divorcing 2 times. I never gave up on love, so I'm married for a 3rd time to the woman of my dreams.
Yes.
We have, I gotta count the kids. We got 5 kids? I think we got 5 kids. We got 5 and a grandkid that's growing right now. And I am a child of actually, I think 14 from my dad, but from my mom, only 3. So we can go into that on another episode. Yeah. This ain't the episode for that. But I grew up in New Jersey, Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Woo! Next door.
Yeah, and it was an interesting childhood, to say the least. I am a product of a broken home. I am a product of a single mother. I am a survivor of molestation and rape.
Amen.
I am one who dropped out of high school, then finished high school early. So we will have an episode on sometimes your setbacks or setups, because they're setups for your future. They are. And right now, we'll fill in all the rest of it. My kids are amazing. My granddaughter came first, grandson. But the interesting thing was my granddaughter came from my wife's daughter. And just a funny story, she told me to stay in there and told her mom to get out. But that's because her mother's squeamish. But anyway.
Me too. Yeah, my wife did all that.
Yes. But then the grandson, thanks to my sister and a whole lot of prayer warriors, he was born 16 weeks early. So we praise God that he pulled through. He is walking.
Definitely.
He is doing his thing right now. So God is so good.
Definitely.
And my sister and I met at church. What is the best way to meet? At church, worshiping.
Yes.
So we met at church.
Yes.
And our crazies matched.
Yes.
And we have been connected.
We are positive.
Our crazies matched. But we're both ministers.
Yeah.
But this is not going to be a religious show, but we need you to know our background, because there's some things that we're going to say that's in line with our beliefs.
That's right.
And we just need you to understand it doesn't make your beliefs wrong.
That's right.
So I like to eat. I like to cook. I like to be outside. I don't know. I just like enjoying experiences more than anything else.
Awesome.
And I want to connect with people. And I think this is our opportunity to talk to people about real life stuff. Mm-hmm. And give you real life answers, or guess what? You can give us real life answers.
That's right.
So I'm really excited to be here. My sister invited me, so I'm here.
Yeah, this is just more than an invite. This is my co-host. This is my co-host, you all. So when you see me, you'll see her.
Yes.
So that's what's up. When you see her, you'll see me.
Yes.
So that's how it is. And I always say, I was just telling about how God put things together and people together and connect things. You never know why you're being connected.
Yeah.
But it'll happen later. Yep. So I always try not to question my journey. I just ask God to get me through whatever I'm going through at that moment. Yes. And then later on, like my mother used to always say, you'll understand it by and by.
Ooh, yes.
Then you'll understand it later on. So I try not to like question things all the time. I'm like, God, just on a serious note, and I lost my brother in December. And that was one of the hardest things I had to experience. And to make it how can I say, to make it like, it shocked me. You understand? It was a shock, so what I say is that you'll understand it by and I was like, God, I'm going through all these things, like one thing after another, one thing after another. What is it? I don't know, but I'll understand it by and by. And sometimes we go through our trials and tribulations to make us strong, only to make us strong. And sometimes we be like, God, I can't bear no more, but God already knew what you can bear when God gave you the challenge.
He created you.
So Just
Yes.
understand. You may not understand it right there, but you will by and by. And I just needed to say that because I just feel that somebody is going through something who's watching or listening. And I'm sorry I had to say that because, you know, when that feeling comes over you, you have to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And like we were saying, this is not a religious show, but this is my background. This is who I am. But somebody needs to hear this. So whatever you're going through right now and you're listening to this right now, just know you may not understand it now, but you will understand it by and by. Yeah. Just hold on. Hold on to that connection and your connection to your spiritual faith. And don't worry about what people are saying. I know a lot of people saying negative stuff in your ear. Don't worry about it. Because it'll soon pass.
Yeah,
after a while.
It always passes.
Always after a while. So, I just need to say that because I felt that very strong on me. So, let us move on. Let us move on. Hey. So, my sister told you a little bit about herself. I told you a lot about myself. I was randomly speaking. I'm always randomly speaking about everything. But I also I was sharing with them the story that I shared on Facebook earlier about my granddaughter going to the dentist and all that craziness. If any of you out there who got any ideas, who know anybody who can create some things that will help our babies in the long run, that's the good way to start. I always like, trying to create spaces where people can, challenge themselves. Yeah. Come up with different things. So I'm saying that anybody out there listening who have a creative, inventive mind, hey, that's for you, not for me. See, I know myself. I stay in my lane.
Me too. Now, that's another thing. The greatest thing you can ever learn is your lane. And it doesn't mean that you can't do a lot of wonderful things, but there's going to be a lane that is not yours. Hey. And you'll do more damage to people stepping into that lane. Yes. Really important to learn your lane. Really important.
Absolutely. It's like driving that car. Right, twins? Like driving that car. As long as you stay in your lane, you have control. That's your lane. Anybody come in your lane, beep, beep, get out of here. Get back on over in your lane. And that's in life. That's what life is all about. Yeah. Drive your vehicle in your lane. Yeah. And if God tell you to detour, God's going to make a pathway for you. Oh, yeah. You're not going to be crashing and hitting everybody. And stepping on all those folks' toes that you don't need to be stepping on. Making people turn up their nose at you because you rolled in somebody else's lane. You ain't got no business in there because that's not where you should be going in the first place. Yeah. So, yes, know your lane. So, inventive stuff is not my lane. I don't do all that. I just create a mess. That's what I do. My wife can attest to that. Oh, yes, baby, send me some hearts. You know that. Because I'm still in the process of picking my shoes up at the door, kind of thing.
Okay, can I tell you, I'm still working on hearing about this forever. I am so sorry to my sister Tracy. I'm so sorry, baby. I don't know what to do. When they lose their socks, we start safety pinning them before we walk. I don't know how you gonna get this chick to take the shoes where they belong. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's been years we've been talking about this thing. Crazy.
I'm still working on me. I keep saying that to everybody. God is not through with me yet. I'm still working on me.
She says that too. Tracy takes all the shoes and all she has is socks. The shoes got to stay in the truck and you come in the house with socks on. This shit stop leaving them at the door.
She do that all the time, you all. How many of y'all have those pet peeves that your mate or your mom have or your girlfriend or your children? Because we as parents get on our kids' nerves sometimes too about nitpicking. The same thing. We ask them to sweep a floor that's not dirty and they looking for stuff on the floor, can't find it. My mother was one of those people, we grew up with. So how many of you out there that has that same problem? We all got something that,
have something. We all do. But you know what? It's about honoring the other person. And that's what you talked about. Yeah. It's not about she needs to learn to put her shoes away. It's more about how her wife feels when she's not honoring her request. Yeah. And that's in all relationships. You got to honor the other person if you want to be in a relationship with a friendship, partnership, business partnership, anything. Yeah, you got to honor them and honor their wants. Now, don't get me wrong, can't go against your ethics, but you got to honor their wants. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, it is so true because she even take my shoes. I buy new sneakers. She throw them in the closet, and we keep everything in our containers. We got these shoe containers, and we keep them in there nice and neatly, and they are put away. You can always tell if you walk in our closet. You can tell whose side of the closet is which because my stuff is sticking out. My shoes are not put back. My wife color coordinates her shoes.
Yes,
when she put them in the closet. Yes. Now it drives me crazy. They say the opposite attracts. So hey, she has her opposite for real though. So that's what it is. You can always tell.
Have socks in June. She's gonna lose the shoes in March. It is March.
So that's just that. And my sis got a show out too. I just love her show. And I want you to tell them a little bit about your show because it's about us talking a little bit about us because we're going to get into you all on the next episodes. So even if y'all have questions y'all would like to ask us on the next show, Friday, we can answer those questions until we have the opportunity to be able to get those questions live. We're going to be getting questions live and everybody going to be hearing your questions.
Time.
Yeah. And you don't have to identify who you are, right? Am I right?
You don't. No.
This is randomly speaking.
I mean, I don't know how you're not going to identify who you're. Maybe when you call in, you won't. But when you texting it, I'm going to know it's you.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Later on, I won't know it's you.
Absolutely.
We won't tell nobody.
We won't tell. I won't tell. I'm really good. I'm a really good person to tell something to. I'm not going to tell nobody your business. Right.
I mean, as long as you're not harming yourself or someone else.
Yeah.
You can, you know, if you decide to do that's your thing. But
yes, my sister's gonna tell about her. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
So I started my own company. It's called Her Next Chapter, and the premise of the company is at some point in our lives, every woman has to kind of turn the page, and sometimes we're turning the page from leaving a marriage. We've been to jail and we're coming home.
Right.
We just decided that this life is not true for us, and we are walking in our authenticity, and so we need that help to kind of turn the page. So what I have right now started is the podcast, and the podcast is called And Then There's That. And I think we are on, so far we're on Spotify, Google Play, and something else. It's like 6 or 7 platforms that have picked us up, which I'm like really crazy about. Awesome. But the podcasts are really straightforward. Like one of them, the one that will drop today, because they drop every Thursday, the one that dropped today is Healing Your Wounds and how much damage we can do when we don't.
Right.
So it's like kind of talking to us about, every step of the process to turn the page and write a new narrative for our life. Now, the nonprofit, which will launch later on, that's actually called Turning the Page. Awesome. And that will be strictly to benefit women's shelters, women's domestic violence shelters, and family shelters. And we will go in and we will support and honor and respect and serve these women. We will serve them as they deserve to be served, as queens, and not as women that are just in a place and someone has to take care of them. So I'm really passionate about this because at 16, I can remember being in an alley on the phone with my cousin. My mother had lived her life in a way that wasn't lawful, let's put it that way. Okay. And so she had to go somewhere. She had to go away to college now. And some of y'all know where college is. So she had to go away to college for a little while. And Child Protective Services was looking for me. And so I got on the phone and called my cousin. And her husband came to get me and took me into their home. As dangerous as I was a harm to myself and to everyone around me at that point. Had they not given me the safe place to turn my page, to start a new narrative, I wouldn't be sitting here today. So I'm just so grateful for that. And there's so many women that I see that have had that person to do it, and I've seen those that don't. Right. And we are our sister's keeper. Absolutely. I don't say that because it's something, I mean, it's serious. If your sister needs a bar of soap, baby, you better figure out how to get it to her. Because a woman supporting a woman is like nothing else. I mean, if you've ever had a woman support you as a woman, it is the most powerful thing. Because for women, for whatever reason, when we see men look at us, and I can't speak for everybody, let me say me. When I didn't know my value, I needed men to look at me to give me a sexual value. But the only thing that could give me a true value of who I am was a woman looking at me. So my friends looking at me, the elders in my life. And as they poured into me, I was able to at least try to become somebody. And now that I've got one foot steady, the other one's a little shaky, but I'm getting there. I can now grab my village and say, come on, we need to pour into some other women. So that is why Her Next Chapter was born.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. That is amazing. You see, I love stories. And I love people to share a piece of their story. Because, see, people only see the outside of you. Because I don't think any of y'all walk around with the outside of you, with the inside of you hanging out. You understand? Because we all have these made up stories that we want people to know about our lives. In order for us to really be honest and true with ourselves.
And heal.
We have to be honest and true with everybody else we come in contact with.
You do.
They may not want to hear your story, and it may not be for them to hear at that time.
You'll know.
But you will know when it's right to share your story. Some people walk around out here and everybody is living this fictitious life.
Yes.
You know, and people don't want to
Yes.
be real. You understand? This is the show that
Yes.
I wanted to do. And I'm glad my sister agreed to come on and be a
Yes.
part with me because I want people to share their true self. I respect you for sharing
thank
your
you,
story.
sis.
Because if you would have told me that you had this fabulous life, because none of us is perfect, I don't know if I want to roll with you. Because there's
Absolutely.
nothing for you to do for my people that needs to hear the truth.
But
How
we
you
all
gonna help?
real. I mean,
Yeah, how you gonna
sorry,
help somebody to get
you're
out of what
not
they're
real.
in when you have this perfect
Come
life?
on now. If you're not real, I can't. The reason I need you to be real and raw because I'm going to fail.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
I'm going to
Absolutely.
fail. I'm going to fall short. I am not going to do everything perfectly. Now, if you see me in a suit and my little glasses and I got my little outfit on, I'm still going to fail. It's not the surface stuff that we need. We need women with depth
Yeah.
to come into
Yeah.
our lives to
Absolutely.
share
Absolutely.
about themselves and to help us because this is not just about Kat and I.
That's right.
This is
That's
about
right.
you as well. We don't have all the answers. We got a whole lot of questions though, so get ready.
Yeah.
But we don't have
Yeah.
all the answers. But
Nope.
we need to
Still
talk
learning.
about it. And like you said, sis, if you present to me all together, I'm gonna question some things.
That's right.
Because
That's right.
now I'm not saying you can't have your life on the right path right now. Come on now, tell the truth.
You can't. You cannot. I mean, it's impossible.
It'll fall
Because-
apart at any moment.
Absolutely. Because it's like to live through life, you have to go through something.
Absolutely.
Because how are you actually going to move to your next level in
don't
life
grow.
if you don't go through it? And how are you going to grow if you don't do that?
Yeah,
I want to share something with you real quick. My wife was fighting for her life. And in the process of this year, last year, August, my wife was fighting for her life. Me and this woman sat praying for her family, right? And as she began to share with me, God began to reveal some things to me. And that's how we became here today. So sometimes when people share the real them, and they are in that vulnerable state,
Yes.
and you help pick them up,
Yes.
and you give them your hand to lift them up, and I take your
Yes.
feet and stomp them back down, that's the empowerment.
Or you lift them up from
That
behind.
is happening.
So
Absolutely.
nobody can see you did it.
That's
I'm
right.
telling
That's
you,
right. That's
the
right.
best way to
Can I have
empower
some? Can I
a-
have some?
Ooh,
Can I
come
have
on now.
some? Can I have
The best
some?
way to empower a
Absolutely.
queen, fix her crown
Absolutely.
from behind.
That's right. That's
Don't
right.
tell nobody else about it because you didn't do it for them. You did it for her.
Absolutely.
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 And she was there every step of the way. I had so much support. And I just want to say, how support comes in so many different ways. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I met a beautiful sister who's now my sister, and I got 3 more sisters,
Yeah.
besides her during this process. You never know how you're going to meet people. You never know what you're going to do for their lives. That's why you got to be ye also ready. Because you don't know what situation you're going to be put into, and you need to give somebody a word, or you need to give somebody some encouragement, or you need to say, listen, I hear you. What can I do for you?
Yes.
When 9/11 happened, they called all us down who worked for the city, who worked for the state, who did any kind of therapy, counseling, whatever. The main question I asked anyone I came in contact with, how can I help you? When people are asked, how can I help you, they will stop. Because how can I help you is giving them an opportunity to let them tell you what they need done.
Or even if they can't tell you, they know you see them. They know that you can see they need something because sometimes you go through a pain and you devastated and you
Absolutely.
can't say what you need. But when someone asks you, how can I help you? What can I do for you? You realize that somebody else sees that you're falling apart.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, I through what we do
Yeah.
for the Lord, what we do for the Lord. Sometimes people have the most random things. I actually had one young lady whose fiance felt that living was no longer an option for him, and he took his life. So as I was talking with her a few hours afterwards, I asked her, what can I do for you? And the craziest thing, she said, well, I set my beer outside the door because you're a minister and I didn't want to bring my beer in the house. I said, well, your beer probably hot. You need some ice? Because if that's what she needed right there, who am I? let me put some
Don't
ice in
judge.
this beer.
That's right.
Give
Don't
you that
judge.
beer and then let's talk. And we made it through that moment. Sometimes you just need to help people make it through the moment.
Absolutely.
Just a moment.
Absolutely. And that's what this show is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Randomly
Randomly
speaking. We're going to be saying a lot of things. And if at any time, jump in there. And we're going to give you an opportunity to answer your questions. So hit us up, inbox us.
Absolutely.
And we're just game for it.
Yes.
You know? We're not going to do any tricks. We don't do those. I don't know any of those. So, but I will say I want to have a lot of different people onto my show. Yes. We want to make sure that we touch and reach everyone. So we want everyone to call in.
Yes, give suggestions.
To
we
give
can make
suggestions.
sure that the people that we bring on actually can speak to what you're asking for.
Absolutely. And we're going to have some people that's going to be able to come on and give good advice for whatever we're talking about. Bullying, I'm going to try to find an advocate out there, bully advocate that works on a campaign, or if not work on a campaign, works on a campaign for school or something like that, organization that can come in. I got some teachers on the line. My daughter Capri is on the line.
Yes.
She knows all about bullying firsthand.
Absolutely.
She works in the school. She works with children, so
Phenomenal
she can offer.
teacher.
Yes,
she is phenomenal.
yes, and she can offer a lot of advice about that and what we're doing, because a lot of our children are taking their lives for bullying, you know, and it hurts.
Yeah.
And even a lot of our older people. Can you imagine? We get bullied by people on our jobs. We're 50 years old and up and plus and 40s and stuff. And they try to bully us on our jobs. Mm-hmm. How many of y'all out there have been bullied on your job by a coworker or a supervisor? Mm-hmm. You know, and we have to teach our kids how to talk with this and not with these all the time.
Or with absence.
Yes.
Walk away from it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you have to say, I'm not hearing that. Mm-hmm. I know who I am. You know, and act like, you know. So sometimes you have to, you know, try another approach. And we want to bring someone on who can teach our babies that. You know, and I have a lot of numbers that you can call, hotline numbers and stuff like that. So we're going to be getting to all of those topics and,
absolutely,
you know, giving out a lot of information.
A whole lot of, and some random stuff.
Yes.
Like how to make certain beans and stuff. You know, we're still women. Like, we're going to come up with random stuff. Like, we like glasses. We might tell you, but we just got our glasses from. I really like my glasses.
I like
but, you know, just randomly speaking.
Yes, randomly speaking. And also, Eliana and my wife, they cook. They're amazing cooks and stuff like that. So we may do a cooking show. What? So they may be able to teach you guys how to make something that you may like. Some summer stuff and some quick
that cinnamon cake situation. The cinnamon, what is it? The Cinnabon cake.
Yeah, she made a cinnamon cake or something like that. I forgot what it's called. Don't kill me, because I can't eat
cake. Tracy, is it the Cinnabon cake? Look, who shows it? Is it the Cinnabon cake? It's good.
Yes. She said, randomly speaking. Yeah. Yeah, so I just want to thank everyone for joining us.
Yes,
do we want to thank everyone for joining us?
We want to thank everyone for joining us.
Yes.
And, you know, we're just excited. It's the first episode. Like, we are so excited.
Yes.
It's so much to do and so much to learn from you and with you. So we're really excited about this. So we thank you for taking your time.
Right, but before we go,
I did
talk about real quick. I did talk about the coronavirus. So my sister here has a lot of information to share too. She also works in a hospital.
Yeah.
She can share a lot with us. I told them about washing their hands and standing back.
Yeah, washing your hands, keeping distance. You don't want to go into public events. People over the age, I believe, of 60 shouldn't go into close quarters with 10 people or more. And then people of the younger age group, they want us to stay out of 250. But with everything being shut down, you don't have to worry about that. I do want to let you know that DC Public Schools will be closed beginning on Monday for 2 weeks to start. I had to think about that. Go to the DC Public School website. They will have meal schools, so there's schools that you can go by and pick up a meal for your child. Every day of the school week there'll be a meal there. Check on the website, just Google it. There's some restaurants that are giving away meals for children, one meal a day, either for lunch or for dinner. So definitely check into that. Yes, washing your hands is really, really important. If you are, if you got, I don't know, hay fever or whatever, cough into your elbow and things of that nature. I will tell you,
demonstrating. I taught Shane that. My grandbaby 3, she does that.
Yes. I will say, I don't think toilet paper is going to heal you. I just don't know what that's
She said
about.
the same thing I said.
But
Did I say that?
I don't think the toilet paper is going to do it.
But if you must get it.
But it's just, I don't know. But it is serious. So please be careful for our sisters that have ripened a little bit more than the rest of us. Please be careful. It is a vicious thing. And we just want to contain it right now and just kind of keep people away. So now, mind you, because the children are out of school, they do not want the children to congregate of too many in any given place.
Right.
So still don't take your kids into a highly populated place. Try to keep them, away as much as possible. And just, normal, it's the normal thing. Wash your hands, cough into your elbow.
Yeah.
Cover your mouth. You cough into a tissue, don't keep it, throw it away. And then wipe down surfaces. And if you can avoid travel of any type, do not get on an airplane. And that's the best thing.
I am so grateful. Now, I'm not happy about the coronavirus, but it must have happened at a good time so y'all can watch Randomly Speaking. Y'all gonna be home. So what else to do? Just tune into our shows. We may give you one twice a week. We don't know. Who knows? Oh, it's a honey bun cake. Yeah, thank you, babe.
It's so
yes,
good.
yeah, it's so good. It's just too sweet for me. But everyone else loves it.
I'm not with her right now. She is not my friend. I love the cake.
Yeah, so stay home, watch the show. I think I'm gonna binge watch some things that my wife is like hooked into. Oh. Some pimple popper thing that is on.
No,
I think I'm gonna try that maybe, but I don't know. But what are you guys are gonna binge watch? Anybody's gonna binge watch anything? Because
somebody said that we need tasters. Tracy, we got some tasters for our cooking.
Great. I mean, I'll put you on. We will let you know when that day is gonna be where they're gonna come and do their little bake-off thing or show you all what the different desserts are. Because Ileana does some nice desserts on her own. Tracy does some nice desserts. And she does do a lot of nice food that she does homemade. From scratch. So these two ladies are amazing. Trust me.
Laughing at us.
Trust me. You two are amazing. And I know we're supposed to be ending right now, but we are so excited. Randomly speaking. You guys tune in. And again, if you need a shirt, if you would like a shirt, inbox me. I'll get you one made.
Just posted links to the most food for the food distribution centers on Facebook. Monica, thank you
Monica,
so much,
that's
Monica.
my girl. Thank you, boo.
Thank you. So please check on Facebook. She just posted it.
Please check in. Monica, I'm gonna go on your page. If it's on your page, I'm gonna go and steal it, and I'm gonna share it with everybody.
Thank you,
so
Monica.
You all will get it. See, I'm just
she did it.
So if anybody out there that has any information
about water too.
Water?
Yeah. Okay, we got another one.
Oh, great. Babe, I'll bring the water home too. What? Yeah, I got my list. So
there's that.
Yes. That's the name of her show.
That's the name of the podcast.
I must have said that twice today.
Yeah.
At work. Then there's that. Hey.
But the reason we say that, and then there's that, is this things that happen that you really can't put emotion into. You either have to deal with it or not. So when stuff like that presents, now I've got everybody saying, well, then there's that. Because either we're going to do something about it or we're not.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't even have no control over it. So you might as well let it go. Stop trying hard. Because it's not going to work. It's just going to frustrate you. Then you're going to aggravate everybody else around you.
Ooh, say that again.
It's going to frustrate you. Then you're going to aggravate everyone else around you. Because I do that sometimes. I had to stop because I'm always trying to fix everything. But everything ain't meant for me to fix. Nope. So now I'll be like, okay, what is mine's? Mine's, yours. That's yours. Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And that's how I'll take things in stride. Because I don't hold on to stuff that don't belong to me. Yes. So let it go, let it go. That's what my granddaughter says. So we are out of here. That's right. Randomly Speaking. Please tune in. Yes, we thank everybody.
Tune in and check up on Kat's Facebook page. I'm sure she's gonna have blurbs and stuff popping
Absolutely.
out for you.
Every so often.
Yes.
Counting down, all that good stuff. How Kevin Hart do it? What are we doing? Randomly Speaking. Please tune in. Thank you, sis. I love you. Thank you, everybody. We love y'all.
Love you. Mwah.